Thank you very much for this roundtable. Now I would like to start sharing with you some information regarding the situation of digitalization at European level. According to the last Digital Economy and Society Index 2022, which tracks the progress of the 28 European countries in terms of digital competitiveness, Spain is in the 7th position, improving 2 places from the last previous report. The 4 categories that has been analyzed are digital public services, connectivity, human capital, integration of digital technology. Finland, Denmark, Netherlands, and Sweden lead the first position of this index. The Recovery and Resilience Facility funds represent for the European countries a unique opportunity to invest in the transformation of the society in the digital way. Right now, we have more than 127 million euros already approved, and there are already passed around 26% of the member states, European countries, approved by the European Commission. We have for the SMEs around nearly 20% for digitalization. This is a big opportunity for all of us to take this opportunity and change the companies, the SMEs, and of course, the governments. And now, I would like to introduce the different speakers that are with us. First of all, I would like to introduce Sandra Cerrada Sánchez, President of the Madrid Young Entrepreneurs, thank you very much, and CEO of the Business Financial Capital. Work experience in different companies related to the financial sector, with law degree and studies in Los Angeles regarding international trade, export, import, and of course, financial statement and accounting. The next one, we have Steven Wan, young entrepreneur with 2 companies here. One of them is CEO of Rubrique, a company that provides courier services, working with more than 100 partners of the world's largest logistic companies, just to provide this kind of service, so important in the sector of e-commerce. And CEO as well of PALMNET. PALMNET is a company specialized in digital transformation, consulting and services in the restaurant sector. You can visit here, both of them in the stands that are outside. Mariano de Mora is the CEO and founder of Rubrique, a leading technology company providing digital solutions and advanced electronic signature, so important nowadays, and digital certification. With more than 30 years of professional experience in banking, consumer finance, telecommunication, industry and financial sector, and much more. He is as well entrepreneurship, having started more than 10 companies already, and I imagine he will continue doing this work. Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Suffolk University in Boston, MBA, University of South Carolina, Columbia, Executive Program in the AC Business School, University of Navarra, and much more. Now, they have the floor, and we have some questions for them just to share their experience and their knowledge in SMEs and digitalization. For you, for example, for Sandra, what are the main challenges do you think for the Spanish companies face when adopting digital transformation strategies, and how can they overcome these challenges? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Esther. And first of all, I would like to to say thank you for this invitation and really be grateful for being part of this roundtable. About your question, from my personal opinion, of course, I want to share. For me, the sanitary crisis of coronavirus, it was a good starting point because this suppose become, for example, the most traditional companies became a digital transformation and also push the creation of the different new models, business models. For me, I can say maybe the main challenges the companies have to face today. For example, the lack of the tech professionals to demand. This situation is really bad because it's true. We are the companies that are becoming the digital transformation, but don't account with the personnel they are prepared for that. And the second challenge, I can say, for example, the companies must adapt their business model and process work methods to the new paradigm to begin their companies more innovation, more collaborative and more productive because there is a lack of digital culture right now.
Sandra. And Mariano, what can you tell us about it?
First of all, thank you very much for Esther for the introduction, and thank you very much for everybody that organized this event. It is great to be here, and hopefully I can share a little bit of my experience helping companies digitalize. The digitalization process of any company, small, medium, or large, it starts with the objective to eliminate processes that are time-consuming and also that generates waste. So what we have done is in Rubricae, since the beginning of time, we have processed already 43 million documents, which we help not only the consumer, but also the company interact with their employees, interact with their suppliers, interact with their clients, and also, which is very important for these small companies, to interact with their own shareholders. As a matter of fact, with our solution, signing the documents from a board, it is as easy as receiving an SMS. So that's what we do, and we are helping customers in different areas, such as to communicate that a person has been upgraded from a position to another. We have helped companies communicate with their suppliers that they have won a contract and signed a document, or more important, when a customer, user, is actually signing a contract to buy the product and services of the companies. All of that is digitalized. All of that can be done from the multi-device, multi-document, multi-signer. And basically what we avoid over there is generating waste, generating paper that needs to be stored. We are a third-party trusted services. We are a third-party trusted services that's being approved by EIDAS, the European standard. And as I said, we have already processed over 40 million documents, and we have a lot of happy customers at this time.
Thank you very much. Saving helps companies saving time, money, aligned to the sustainable objectives at world level, so important nowadays. And now, Stefan, for your point of view and your experience here as well in Barcelona and Madrid, what are the main challenges that Spanish companies are doing right now for their transformation strategies to a digital way?
Well, first, thanks, Esther. Thanks for having me here, and thanks for Noble Roland for hosting the summit. As you all know, every corner in China is, speaking about our digitalizations. We've served the government and big enterprises before. So as a Chinese, doing the business in Europe, I'm just more than happy to share my own opinion here. So am I holding a different opinion with others? Because when we talk about like the medium-sized or small-sized enterprises, I think the biggest challenge in it, before we start, I think it's pretty important to bring up this critical thinking in terms of why the medium-sized or the small-sized enterprises would adopt the digital transformation. I think it can divide to the three aspects. First, small business or like a medium business, company moves as the CEO or like the decision maker moves. And usually the decision maker will be the founder or will be the owner, you can say boss. So decision maker acts when there's a commercial behavior, because as we provide the software service, this is a commercial behavior. So the entrepreneur, they were to pick a like service or like software provider to adopt the digitalization. So it's a buying action. So it will be influenced by the consumption. So me just speaking about like digitalization in here, everybody out of this summit, they will go forward with, hey, how we doing with the digitalization? How we gonna be changed? That's some kind of respect. And second, I think a lot of enterprises or small business, they will adopt the digitalization when the company business, it's during the period of time of a bottleneck. They see the digitalization as the icebreaker. They see the digitalization as the hammer of the growth. But that's not it, how you adopt the digitalization. And third, we are talking about those small companies. Before they start, they see the digitalization as the strategic way to achieve the goal, to make a phenomenal change in the market. And so overall, I think in Spain, a lot of like medium or small size enterprises, they're facing a challenge is the company perception and the strategic review of the digitalization, where we go in and how we're gonna change. It's a lot of work. It's not just you hire in like a company, technology company, you pick a software service and we say, hey, we will get a digital stuff done. That's not how it works.
Now, I would like, if possible, Mariano, just to share with us some best practice or success story that Rubicon has witnesses regarding digital transformation in Spanish companies. What lesson can be learned from them?
Okay, we have helped big companies and medium companies, but also we have been helping lately a lot of self-employed individuals in order for them to be able to sign their contract or to get the receipts whenever they deliver their suppliers and to the customers. So, for example, lately, what we have done is we built an application where customers can download from the iOS platform or the Android platform, and they can actually do certified communications or actually sign contracts with their providers. The biggest examples that we have is that we have helped big companies, finance companies, people that make loans, and actually what we've been able to do is reduce the amount of paper waste and obviously reduce CO2 levels of contamination, but in order to, but only providing the capacity for users to sign digitally. It is a very simple process, and one of the latest that we have done is that we are helping people that cannot read or see, but to be able to sign contracts with their voice. We are trying to develop that process to be much more bigger, basically because some of the people, especially people that are older or people that have difficulties reading, or even people that cannot read, but they actually are pushed by the different companies to a digitalization process. We have introduced the capacity to sign contracts with their voice.
Thank you very much. Very interesting, because it's true that not everybody has the same abilities, and we have to give an answer to this situation for everybody, and give this possibility. And I think it is a very good solution, and improve the result of the company as well, because they have more time for themselves. We have seen during the pandemic that most of us has used already digital films, and not only for working reason, but private reason, and this has facilitated a lot our lives in this difficult situation. Congratulations for giving answers for everybody in its difficulties as well, because I think it's really good. And now I would like to ask Sandra. Collaboration between SMEs and institutions is important and crucial in the digital transformation. How can institutions like AGE Madrid, incubators, accelerators, or government organizations supporting SMEs in their transformation process? How this kind of organization can be closer to this change for companies? Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. Over the years, AGE Madrid has had excellent institutional relations with, for example, like the Ayuntamiento de Madrid, Cámara de Comercio, Comunidad de Madrid, CEIN. That's why we usually create and improve the public and private relationships just for the benefit of the own members and for the environment in Comunidad de Madrid. In this year, in this case, with the Community of Madrid, we have provided companies, startups, scale-ups information about in digital transformation, and also in this year we organize with the Community of Madrid a set of trainer events. We have talked about digital transformation and the benefits for all of the self-employed and workers. And also in AGE Madrid, in addition, I can say we just developing our own incubator where we have a lot of professionals specific in digital transformation, legal, financial, just to advise and to support all the entrepreneurs came to AGE Madrid. And the last thing we are doing in AGE Madrid is all the events, seminars, and the networking events. In these events, go a lot of professionals can to give advice at the entrepreneurs about the digital transformation.
Sandra, it's clear that we are an institution that create networking and knowledge between the companies, and is the best way to generate business, not only in presence events, as well online events and platforms. Thank you very much. And now, Stephen, I would like to ask you, as a company specialized in digital transformation consulting and services in the restaurant sector, what technology solution or digital strategies have proven to be most effective in improving the companies of restaurants?
Thank you, Esther. In 5 aspects, the first one will be like data modeling. The goal is to illustrating all kinds of data used and the storage with the system. It will be built around the business needs. For instance, like the earning ratio of the restaurant, and you know how much you earn, and you know the profit ratio, and such as the user personnel. You know where the customer from, you know the age, you know the expertise and things like that, etc. And the second will be the cost control. So as a restaurant, you have a supply. It's pretty critical to know like how much you cost on your supplier and the inventory, things like that. In terms of trade, I think it's a CRM, but like we have so many entrepreneurs engaged in the CRM, which I will not go forward in here. And for the fourth thing will be, I think building an all-in-one platform, it's pretty essential. Let me just make an example here. You have a system that allows the front end for the customer to use, which is like the software or like digital mail to order anything, right? So the cashier, like every server in there, they can receive the same information as the back end, which we call a kitchen, right? So in both ways, we are eliminating the communication cost, and we are making a phenomenal impact on the efficiency. So I think that's also another way to improve the digitalization. And for the fives, I think it's pretty important to building a digitalized scenario. So once you step into the restaurant in the traditional way, you just gonna have a meal and you check out, you leave. But I think like once you adopt the digitalization, we're gonna make it to a dual way, as the restaurant can receive and storage the customer's data, where you're from and where you're at. So once you're not here, we can send advertising, to wake you up and to making any coupon to just consume again. And that is everything we talk about in China, because you see every Chinese restaurant in China, you have the roll-up banner, you have the QR code. Once you scan it, and once you just only click the Wi-Fi, they have your information. In Europe, and we have like data privacy, we cannot do that apparently. But I think it's another way for the owner of the restaurant to think about it with the network thinking. You are now open a new restaurant in the area of much crowd, but you are opening a restaurant only for your customer that follow your customer needs. I think that's it. Thank you.
Reduction of cost and efficiency, it's clear. Now just the last question for the three of you. Digitalization offers many opportunities to the company, but also involves changes in how they can operate. What key aspects should SMEs consider when defining their roadmap towards digital transformation to be successful? Which are the key questions that the companies have to be in mind when they are starting or developing digital transformation in the company? Mario?
Well, I think it's for any company, big or small, I think digitalization has a lot of hidden cost too. And one of the things that companies need to understand or need to be able to ask is things that are very basic. It's like, how much is my setup cost is going to be? How much is my maintenance costs are going to be? How much is going to be my cost of doing operations going to be? And a lot of those things are not always asked or not always shown in commercial proposals. And sometimes companies, when they enter into a digitalization process, they are not familiar that whenever you might want to ask for a small modification of the program or the system or the solution, that it costs quite a bit of money. So it is important for small companies to do a lot of research, to ensure that the companies that they do business with are registered and they have some type of certification. Obviously, it is also important the feedback that other customers can provide, and maybe because they are a big multinational and so on and so forth, and not necessarily are going to be the ones that are going to be able to give you the best proposal. So you need to be finding companies that are willing to be more flexible, and they might be willing to be able to design the products and the service to your process. What we have found out is that most companies, even for signing a contract, they not necessarily follow the same process. Some people ask for data first, then do the payment, then do the signature, and the other companies, they do it the other way around. They sign, they get the info, and and a lot of those things, when you get out-of-the-box solutions, basically you sometimes forget how they fit into your business processes. So to summarize it, I think it's important to do business with companies that are registered and they get some level of certifications. Also that they have good comments from other customers, and that they're willing to share with you the total cost of doing a digitalization process.
Thank you, Mariana. Thank you, Mariana. And Sandra, what do you think? What are key aspects for SMEs for digitalization process?
I consider each company have to know that there is a clear change in trends to the digital transformation. That's why maybe I can advise the company, include my company, we should adapt our products, channels and services to the demands of the digital customers. For example, strengthen our online channels or increase our social media. And also, I think it's really important with the human factor or human capital factor is every workers have to know how they can do this digital transformation in each job position. So maybe it's really important in each company create a digital culture through a lot tools, like for example, increase the remote work with the support with the Slack chats, video conference, something like that, and even even though it's really important in the automation process.
Thank you very much, Sandra. So there are some key aspects to be sure that the companies are registered, certifications, the feedback of our customers, flexibility, adapt our product or services to the digital customers, and another important thing, training and prepare our human resources in the company for this process. And for the last one, Stephen, what do you consider a key aspect for our companies in this digitalization process?
I think it's their perception, you know. So 75% of startups would die as company started after 3 years. So if anybody on site is looking for digitalization, I suggest you see it as a strategy instead of a solution. It's a big engineer project, you know. It requires all the departments, corporations. So when we talk about the digitalization, I think still, it's everybody, you know, from the bottom to the top. You have to achieve this consistency. It's not about in the marketing department, we're gonna implanting these CRMS systems, you know. So as you receive more customers, you are making a higher efficiency in the market, but the workflow isn't there. It's just efficiency enough. And everybody in the company should go for it. I think just it. It's still the perception.
Very important. All of the human resources, all of the people working in the company has to be aligned and focused in this process because all of the departments are involved on it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I have a lot of
from the
stuff in my
top
mind.
to all the employees. That is very important.
Yeah.
So I think we are time out, but now is your time. Please, if you have any question, raise your hands and ask the question you would like. I can see. I think somebody can help me. Somebody would like to ask some questions. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for the speaker of this round table, for sharing your experience. Thank you very much for the organizer. It is very interesting journey today just to meet the different companies that are here in this event. The Chinese already coming from Europe, the Chinese companies already living here in Spain and from different parts of Spain, and the Spanish companies that that are here with us and are interested in a so important thing that is e-commerce, digitalization, big data, and these sectors so important for the companies and for our life, not only companies, for a day-to-day life and process. Thank you very much.